Hey, who knew that I was gonna raid myself? Big up everyone. I haven't been live on a Saturday. Don't typically go live. Make sure you like and subscribe. I can see that my camera is a little bit wonky. As you can see, it looks like I'm like doing up some Titanic situation. I'm doing the Titanic. But yeah, bear with the camera. Just think of it as like an effect or something like that. I'll sort out afterwards. But other than that, yeah, look. Man United versus Fulham. Yeah, you lot want to be shameless? Come and be shameless. Come and be shameless. I'm all here for it. Garnacho transfers, it stalled. Haven't really heard much since, which is kind of annoying. I thought we'd at least get the bid or at least know the bid. Nope. There's obviously talks of Napoli as well. And this whole new Old Trafford project. New Old Trafford project. I don't know if I'm in agreement with it. I think I am in agreement with it. But I think I need to read more details because people need to understand what the Glazers have done to that stadium, which is unfortunate. Another historic moment where a little piece of history in United gets ripped away by the hands of these dusty guys. But yeah, I'm here to talk about Man United and Fulham first and foremost. A big up to everyone in the building. So big up Ed, big up Winter Soldier, big up Certified, Castro as well. Make sure you subscribe. This is my channel if you didn't know. Big up Naf for raiding Cass. Big up. Yeah, Sky's in the builder. Look at you lot. Golang. Big up Cass just watching Rangers tear Palmer apart. Yeah, he's a good player, isn't he? Big up Sam. Don is missing. We'll be printing out his pick on the milk bottles. Yeah, man. Big up Moses. I'm good, man. How are you lot doing? How are you doing? Big up Mo as well. Another one. Big up Dan Fenton, Chills, Josh, Kasserim, man like Kasserim, yeah. Cass United will win today. Do you lot actually think Man United's gonna win today? Because I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm kind of it's weird. It's a weird one to say that I'm glad it's not at Old Trafford. I'm glad it's not at Old Trafford. Beyond Old Trafford is like probably the only chance I see United actually performing and having less pressures. I feel like again, United come off a win at Old Trafford against Rangers, just about, by the way. We should have absolutely smashed them up, regardless, missing chances. It's like, can United be clinical enough? Can we actually come away with 3 points? Fulham have one loss in 10 games, which is insane. I mean, we did ruin their other record for Marco Silva when he said he hasn't lost in like 10 years at the start of the season and we go and beat them. So it's not like United can't ruin records. But as it stands, Fulham are a solid side. They're compact. It might frustrate us a little bit, And we talk about going down the flanks and potentially ruining us. We talk about like Anthony Robinson. Is there going to be spacing behind there? I feel like if there's one area United really need to expose is probably trying to stretch their centre backs as much as possible, whether Calvin Bassey plays or whoever else is at the back. There is a little bit of a weak spot for Fulham. They are prone to also conceding goals, but Jimenez is actually really great at scoring some goals at the moment, and he's a bit of a unit. Emil Smith-Rowe as well. He's getting into some form for himself, so it's going to be a difficult game. I think United's lineup's pretty predictable. The only positive I can say with United right now for us guys is that key players got rested. Mazarawi, Ugarte. You've got like only pity minutes basically. Maybe Toby Collier will get the nod again. Maybe gets the nod this time over Kobe Mainu. I think there was rumors that Ahmad hasn't traveled, but I believe he has traveled. And there was another one that said that it might have not traveled. The other question is, again, Marco Silva, I think he's Portuguese. I think the last part is who should United start in goal? Bayinde looked quite decent, especially on corners as well against Rangers. Who are you lot? Who would you if you're a United fan in here? Because I'm pretty sure there's a few of you that are, but there's a few that aren't. Like big up Jack because he's always here supporting the mod. Who should literally be the goalie for today? Bayinde, or would you put Onana back in the net? Marcus, I've got another question about that because I don't know if I'm ready to see Traore play on the right-hand side against Martinez. That might be That might be disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. And what, just for Harry Maguire to cover? I heard Maguire might be injured. Actually, how about that? He might be. Biyinde, and Nana, not even trolling. You're saying as well. Biyinde again. Biyinde. I think I just highlighted that. Biyinde, probably a Nana. No Anana, no problems. I'm done with it. I'm in the same boat. I'm really in the same boat. I don't blame you in any shape, way, or capacity. It's just it's like enough is enough, isn't it? Enough is enough. How many times do we have to get ruined by this guy's kind of like mistakes? You know, United goes so well just to get ruined by a mistake. You know, remember, it wasn't even that long ago when Amorim was in charge, and then we had Nottingham Forest, I think, after the Man City game. And then we lost due to his mistakes. You could literally say two of them, whether it's Martinez or him or whatever. It's him. It's just he is a moment at the moment. It's not even like it's a reactionary thing anymore. People, it's just he's a momentum killer. He kills our momentum horribly. So it's just I don't really want to be in that zone anymore. I've had enough of it. Just stay behind her. Who? We all know who you're talking about. Stay behind who? What are you on about? We unbeaten in the last 5 away. Fulham in the Prem. A win would be huge. Yeah, right now United need to answer a lot of critiques. You could say like a lot of critiques. It's just, why can we not put back-to-back wins on paper? Like, you know, we could beat Fulham. The thing is, my whole point is like, yeah, you know what? I think United will probably win like 1-0 today or 2-1, maybe even get a draw. But even if we do win, it's like who we got next in the league? I think it's Crystal Palace, and then it's at home. And Crystal Palace is not exactly the best side in the league when it comes to in the box defending, but they'll somehow manage the way to get a Mateta goal and frustrate us. It's just, I think United fans need a lot right now. You know, we need like people to step up. We need people to actually like take accountability. It's just really frustrating. I think today's lineup picks itself, but I'm gonna go through my lineup, if who is available or not, and this would be my lineup. I would put Biyinder in goal. I would actually have Mazraoui at right centre back, left centre back. Sorry, actually, no. See, this is difficult because the thing is, I'm picking Maguire because we need something in the center. Actually, you know what? We've got no choice. So yeah, I'm having Maguire, De Ligt, probably Martinez. I think that's probably our best back three. I don't think we can change that all of a sudden. I think the wing backs pick itself again. Unfortunately, we got no choice but to go with Mazraoui and Delo. I don't see how it is. I think Martinez is going to get the nod regardless. I don't see how he gets dropped. I really don't. I think Iwobi might be up against Martinez. I just see this is my whole my whole part with Martinez is like I need some pace at wide centre back. I need someone that's going to lock up someone. You know, I don't really want to see De Ligt in the centre back area, so I need him out wide. That's what I would probably go for. If it was up to me, I'd probably put Ahmad at wing back again. And then I'll put Mazraoui on the other side, not Delo. I would actually go for that. And then I would put, I'm not joking, I would start Kobe in the 10. I'm going Collier and Agate. I need energy against Fulham. I need someone that's going to keep up, tackle, and actually play on the break a little bit against this side. They are a transitional team. I do want to play transitional against them as well. And it's like, so just basically just countering the counter attack, counter press. That's just the way I'm going to go for it. I'm going, that's my midfield. Again, I just want to see it. Collier, Agate, probably Bruno Fernandes, because we've got no other choice as well. And then I'm going Kobe Mainu. I'm actually having Ahmad on the wings. I want Mazraoui on the other wing. And then I'm going with Xerxes up front. He needs to keep, I think Collier needs to keep playing. I think he offers us something in the first phase. And I think Agate's he's decent in the first phase, but Agate's there to break up play and keep things simple. I think that's what we got to do. We got to keep things simple. You know, United, we talk about like United need to obviously have a variation in play, but at the same time, we don't even do the basics that well. So again, it's a little bit of a tricky one. You're done with the low. Collie would do a decent job at wing back, to be honest, with that energy. Yeah, I would say so. I think he would cover really well in a wide areas. So, like, let's say he is Martinez. You know, I would also be looking at like Collier on that left hand side potentially. Give me a second, you lot. I'm gonna literally 2 seconds. Literally. Smash the likes, people. What would you lot go with against Fulham? What's you lot's ideas? Do you lot agree with me, or would you lot agree with me, or would you go for something a little bit different? Garnacho was our best player. I couldn't. No, he wasn't. You're back here again to troll me, aren't you? I know who you are. I remember your name. You're here to troll me. I'm not playing Gar. You know what? I probably wouldn't start Garnacho. I think Garnacho, he played all right, but he missed us 2 open goals. We don't have many options, but I'm putting him on the bench. Ultimately, for me, I want control against Fulham. Like, we need outlets, don't get me wrong. I think Garnacho would do well to come off the bench if we need him. But I want control. I don't think he was the best. I thought Toby Collier was the best player on the pitch. I know that Agate and Mane would start, but I want Collier to start. I want Collier to start as well. Lecce signing a new fullback. That means Dorgu to United is done. Is it? What are they? Let me check this. Because I saw that they were looking for someone like a Portuguese under-21 player. I'm pretty sure that they said they were signing. I'm seeing it right now. Lecce has Danilo Veiga from Estrela Amadora as a new fullback. Ooh. Let me have a little look at his profile then. Danilo Veiga. Let's see his player profile. So on here, it says he's a right back, though. He can play defensive mid. That's a right back, not a left back. So are you sure about that? That's interesting, but I don't know if that really means, unless they're going for something else. Maybe they got another guy that can play left back on top of that. That's definitely very interesting, at least, to say the least. Anyways, I think everyone knows by now that Dorgu's a done deal, right? I feel like since United are not pulled out and they haven't triggered the Alvaro Fernandez buyback clause, I think it's quite obvious at this moment of time to kind of like say, you know, like Dorgu's, they're going to pay up the money probably in bonuses, and they're going to have to accept it. They know that United need a wing back. They know that United need to pay. Let's be real, man. The outrage for over his price is just stupid. Anyways, it's not expensive, people. Let's be honest with each other. Like, what is 34 million today's age? It's nothing. It is nothing. I'm gonna do some of my timestamps as well. But do you not think that means Dorgu's incoming? Like, what do you? All right, let's break it down. Yeah, we've had 2 bids rejected. They're playing hardball. Is this the worst deal in the world? Because I'm getting told by multiples that have watched him a couple times. Is like his profile is something that you can't dismiss. 34 million is worth the price. I can't tell you myself that he's worth it. I don't think 34 million is a massive issue. I don't see how 34 million in a January transfer window is a big problem. Remember, it's not like it's the summer. It's January. You got stupidness, yeah, by flipping, what's it called? You know, you got, what's his name? Goldemort over there on the flipping, the United bitch, yeah, on the other platform telling us that we should pull out. Do you like the amount of gaslighting that goes on and saying like, and getting it to the masses that we should not be paying 34 million for a fullback when Luke Shaw cost us the same price, right? By the way, like 10 years ago and has done nothing. And 30 million, 35 million back then was a lot of money. That's what we pay for like Berbatov, I swear. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Dorgu is going to be is a profile that we lack so much. And if the scout, and you know what? Why is it that this time? Why don't United listen to their scouts? And I think they are listening to their scouts. They are listening to the scouts. We've had so many different profiles missed out. And by the summer, Who says that somebody else doesn't see him like Inter Milan, Napoli, and go lap him up? Then we're in a transfer battle. We might not even have leverage in terms of he might be more attracted to stay into Italy, staying in Italy, presenting a better project, all of that kind of stuff. Champions League, Europa League. We might not be there. We have to get that done now. And then all of a sudden, this is exactly how it's gonna go. And I promise you, yeah. No, his name's Goldemort. His name's Goldemort. That's his new name, Goldemort. This is what's gonna happen, yeah. Dorgu will get bought by someone else, right? Goldemort will then say Ineos are like, because he's on the anti-Ineos brigade, right? He's gonna say, "Oh, look, another one that's being missed out by Ineos. What are you doing, you absolute prats?" All of that crap, yeah. And he's like, and then 2 years down the line, when he's cooking in the Champions League for Napoli under flipping, wasn't it, Antonio Conte? It's like, oh my God, we could have had him for 34 million. That's exactly what he's gonna do. And he's like, we've missed out once again. I can't believe this. That's how he talks. Squidward, Goldemort. Fanboys, and he's gonna cost 70 million, and then we're gonna wonder why. See, I don't care if 34 million goes down the drain. Because what's 34 million? Oh, what? But you can't sell him on. Oh, we're a selling club all of a sudden. What? Are we meant to think of someone's price because I got to think of their sell-on value? Do me a favor. Pratt. You know what I've been calling him recently? Gimp. But I just don't like how the masses like to go towards it. I don't even know. I don't even follow the geezer, yeah? And literally, it comes up on my timeline time and time again, even if you block the geezer. It's just, it's a sickness over there. It's a sickness. Have your own opinions. I won't police your opinions, but you just know when it's being fake. I don't like fake. I can't do it. I can't be around it. If anyone's seen a recent episode of myself on another channel, you just know I can't bring myself to that. It's just impossible. My personality, my emotions showing my personality. That's just how I am. I can't do the fake stuff. It's impossible. I can act up a little bit. Don't get me wrong, like anyone can, but nah. It's just belling, mate. And it's just all of a sudden, right? This is my whole thing. I think, look, I don't know nothing about him, but at the same time, I'm willing to give him the chance, the time of day. He's young, he's like 20 years of age, and he improves our physicality, he improves a lot, like our outlets and whatnot. All of a sudden, yeah, this is what I mean about toxic behaviors, and they don't even realize it. And this is why I'm liking. This is what I'm liking about like this chat, at least, is that you lot pretty much understand is all of a sudden this guy gets signed from Man United, and we've already got about hundreds of thousands of people who listen. And the first moment he does something rubbish, they're all going to say, "I told you so." Do you get what I mean? And then we're getting onto a 20-year-old all of a sudden, and we're not giving him a single chance because he messed up a few passes, and that when I say we wasted money and all this kind of yada yada yada. And what's that going to do to his mental health? Do you know what I mean? Like, he might be someone that's not really accustomed to the social media world, but when it comes over to England, it's, what we can get like. Floki, I like you, yeah. You can just fuck right off, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not a thing. You can just piss off. Do you know what I mean? If you don't like someone, you don't speak about it and get pissed off. I'm not getting pissed off. Like, you're like a female moaning about everyone. I am giving a criticism on something. If you don't like it here, like I said, fuck off. You don't have to be a part of this. Go watch someone else. It's free. It's YouTube. This is my community. You don't have to be a part of it. This is NAF community. Go watch NAF. Go watch it back. Go watch yesterday's episode. Go on. Cash Random. I absolutely hate how people can't understand Garnacho as a winger doesn't fit in our system, and anything above 40 M's is fleecing someone. I'll say it again. Look, we'll talk about Garnacho now because there's not been no news on the weekend. There's a lot of days left. I didn't even realize. Anyways, I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna ignore that chat. How would you know that? I don't have a sister. I don't have any. Wait, what's this? Back to this part with Garnacho is, I don't think he's horrible. I think, again, I'm not going to come on here and say that he's rubbish. He's not a rubbish player. I think he's got something in his game. I think he's got goals in him. I think he's got an eye for goal. I do think there's a lot to coach within him as well. But just unfortunately, right now, because if we played with wingers, I would also be in favor of keeping him. I don't think he should be a starter at United if that was the case, but he's been exposed to a lot of the football, especially if you played with inside football, inside wingers. Sorry, I think there is an eye for goal. I think there is there is a little bit of a talent of potential that can go on and be a 15 league goals per season type winger. I do think that there is that, but the thing is, our manager and our new way of doing things, we unfortunately for him, I call him a bit of a net negative player in terms of overall possession for the team, overall performance. You need him as the outlet. He's the guy to go towards. We don't have that. We don't have the midfield for that. We just don't have the squad for that at this moment in time. And we can't rely on that either. Like, we can't rely on the potential of getting goals. We need someone that's going to come in and get us the goals. I think he'll do well over at Napoli. I think he'll do well in another league. I don't think he'll do well at Chelsea. I'll be totally honest. I think he'll be a solid player. But we have a manager that plays with wing backs as our outlets, and we play with inside tens. That's not his game. I don't think it'll ever be his game. And right now, unfortunately, because the Glazers have ripped us off so much, we have to make decisions that are not favorable, 60 million income is incoming potentially, and you can't turn something like that down for someone like Garnacho. It's just one of those situations. Like, we get onto Ineos so much, but I don't understand how Ineos are just a partner. They're not the overall holders. Like, they're not Glazers hold the majority shareholders as a group and a collective, so they all make decisions together. Ratcliffe isn't, but all of a sudden, we're relying on a group, or Ratcliffe, should I say, who's single-handedly the biggest shareholder now, as an individual, if you want to individually put it. And we expect Ineos and Ratcliffe to sort everything out. Everything. How is someone that's not even a majority shareholder meant to sort out the stadium, the finances over the last 20 odd years, and everything else with it within a season or so? Make mad decisions on the pitch, which is obviously gambling, no matter what. They don't even own the club. And the only thing you say, why is he getting in bed with the Glazers? Because not Ratcliffe and not even Qatar thought, United was worth 6 billion. They all thought they were worth around 4 point something else billion. And now they're in charge of doing the infrastructure, which we'll talk about as well. The new Old Trafford project, rejuvenating the whole area, which should have been done years and years and years ago. Here we are. Do you know what I mean? People need to understand as well, like, in the next, what's it called? So they've been here for like nearly a year now. In the next 6 months, by the end of the summer, after 18 months, you can go check him. Martin Ziegler, I think his name is. He does all the business stuff. Glazers could do a U-turn and say, off your pop. We don't want you a part of the board anymore. Do you know what I mean? We don't want you a part of this. We're taking back control. Or he keeps continuously paying them off to get more shares, which is the agreement. After 3 years, then they get their money, they get their £6 billion in interest that they feel like they value the club at, and they're done. They're out. So that's the one for me. Let me do a couple of these. Big up Solomon. Sorry for taking long to get towards this. It's been like 15 minutes. Changing the goalkeeper could make the whole team better. You are only good as your weakest link, and like that link cannot be the goalkeeper. Please take Sanchez. Nah, please take Garnacho, please. I want João Felix on loan, please, though. Where is the bid? Where is the bid? I don't know. But apparently there is a bid. We just don't know the details about it, or the finer details of it. Do you not think do you think the bid's actually incoming? Like, do you not think there is a bid? Also, we're like 12 likes off of 100, so appreciate if everyone can like the video. To the whole chat, I apologize about marrying sister or cousin. I had no idea they will make you angry. I withdraw. I want Man United. I mean, I wasn't angry. I mean, unless the chat was, then big up yourselves. It's just a comment, man. The Glazers aren't bothered about the debt because every year or so the club is worth more. That's what they feel. Yeah, 100%. Big up Legend. He says Ineos defo needs more than a year to turn around a mess of 2 decades. Trust me. Never trust the Zionists like the Glazers. Absolutely. I'm in full agreement of that, and I'll always stand by that. I'd rather keep Garnacho than sign anyone this summer. So you're player FC. All right, cool. That's good to know. You're player FC. Monty, I really don't understand. I really don't understand the Ineos hate. Rectifying past bad decisions. Did they think it was going to be easy? I swear, some of these people need a day's experience in running a business. I think more than that. I like. There's some people that don't like the fact that they've bought a portion of the club and they're in bed with the Glazers. I think that's what it really is, which they're entitled to, by the way. Like, they need to see stuff to believe it, which again is fair enough. Some may look at it more long term and have a different kind of vision of way of things. It's just, again, we're in a game where it's a lot more difficult. So you are player FC, my bro. You are. But that's up to you, innit? I don't agree with player FC anymore. I used to do the Martial FC stuff. I realized it was just stupid. None of that. It's just dumb. Lissandro versus Adama. See, if Marco Silva's correct, he should do it. I would do it. I would have Mazraoui up against him to lock up, or even Delit, because obviously muscle him off the ball. I think that could be a good battle. Solomon, either or. Either or. I think Nkunku gives Man United more goals. I think he would operate in a space that's more comfortable for him. And Felix would help us keep the ball a lot more as well and get us up the pitch. So they offer both a little something different. I don't want no obligations though. I don't want to give Chelsea any more money. I want them to give us the money and nothing beyond that. Get ready to lose 3-0. Well, that's up to you. You sound like a troll, to be fair, man. But it's up to you, innit? You're not like you're harming my mentals or anyone else's in the chat. Do you think the Glazers will hold Ineos back on purpose in case they do a way better job and make Glazers look even more like wastemen? I don't think Ratcliffe's an idiot. I don't think he's come into this. Remember, this is just food for thought. This is just my opinion. You lot might have different opinions. See, from my understanding, there's a 3-year agreement to buy them out slowly but surely. You know, like bits and payments of interest and like bulk payments, shares. I think eventually the whole idea is to become the majority shareholder where they have no power whatsoever no more, which is what I thought the agreement was originally. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember reading up. Like, but they don't have to sell to him. That was also another thing that I also read up. So yeah, I think for me, I don't think Glazers are actually making any decisions right now. Like regeneration of Man United, Old Trafford, which we'll talk about now, the area, the club doing things. I don't think that's a Glazer decision. I'll be real. I'll be real. Who would you lot rather have on loan? Last one, Nkunku or Felix? Who would you lot have? We're on 100 likes. Big up to everyone. I love that. I love that. Thank you very much. Now can we get that to 200? Is that too cheeky to ask? Nkunku or Felix? The only thing is Nkunku hasn't been injured for a while now. It's just the loan as well. I think either or brings something to Man United. I think we need goals. I think I might be more in favor of Nkunku. I'll be honest. I still think there's a player there, man. I think there's a player there. Like, I know Mons gets onto him quite a lot, but I just feel like he's not a scrub. And in a system like roughly that's kind of similar to Leipzig, kind of like Leipzig as well. He played more with 2 up front, but even sometimes behind. I feel like there's less pressures on him to do much. I think it suits him in that space. I still want Cunha. What came out? Yeah, what came out with Man United is that we're looking at 3 players, right? So the 3 players were 2 in the bottom half of the table, which could have been Mbermo and Cunha, and the other one was not even in the league at all. Nothing came out about that. The only thing we've got on evidence about Felix is literally none, and the only thing about Nkunku and what we've got is that there was some sort of interest or talks back in December, but nothing since then. There's not been no conversations since, so we can't really go off much, you know. It's up to United. I think, again, the Dorgu bid or Dorgu gets accepted. Garnacho goes the other way. And then, of course, there will be another signing that we're working on. I just don't know who. I don't know who. Keep smashing the likes, people, as well. Again, I might have said it about 2 minutes ago, so my bad. But also subscribe. Don't forget. The source that's saying there's some ITK though. We don't know for sure if we could get that Nene guy. I don't want that Nene guy. I don't want Nene. And there was one for about Dibbling, but Dibbling doesn't make sense for me unless they get relegated. There's no point paying out for. If you can get him now for 35, 40 million, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I really wouldn't. But when Cunha's available, you gotta go and get. Surely you don't let that go because Dibbling's going to get relegated anyways. You know what I mean? Like that Southampton's finished. They're done. They're done. Go and get. I don't think it'll be good for business to go get someone like Dibbling. He's 18 years of age. He's got his whole career ahead of him. And then he will be cheap, Cass. It's not about being cheap. I just don't think he's that good from what I've seen. I don't think he's that good. I'll be honest. Let's talk about this new Old Trafford. Let's talk about new Old Trafford. Is anyone here annoyed that the fact that United are now going to be getting practically in like allegedly 100,000 seater stadium? Because there's a part of me that just someone that I go to Old Trafford quite regularly these days. Yeah, not recent. It's been horrendous football. It's hard to go and make a trip there when you know it's going to be dross that's going to be seen. But a part of me is just thinking like it kind of hurts. Does that make sense? It kind of hurts. It's a big piece of history that's going to get knocked down. You know, like it was never there again. And it's just like, you're going to talk about the old days, Old Trafford, the lights, the Theatre of Dreams. And a part of me just gets so annoyed thinking the neglect that this stadium had. It didn't need a major seat upgrade. It didn't need all of that. 76,000, or was it 73.6? Anyways, or 75. There was nothing wrong with it. You didn't need more seats. You didn't need more than that. Yeah, you can add little bits and bobs here and there. You could probably add a little extra at the back. You could have probably knocked down stand by stand or eventually, rejuvenated that way. There was nothing wrong with it. It's like the location was a little bit peak, but again, it's just like what you grow up on and what you know is going to get demolished within the next 10 years or less. Like it looks all right on the outside. It's all great. It's just it's like you always got to be you got to be optimistic for change and optimistic for going forward with life. But it's just like it's mad how the decisions of basically a family that neglect a business, the crown jewel of England that made England as relevant as the next club like Liverpool or Arsenal or whoever else. Yeah, the most known club globally it's been allowed. Like it's insane. And because we can't do the regeneration of Old Trafford because it's going to cost too much, allowing even like, don't get me wrong, everyone wants a chance to watch Man United in their heyday or even now. No limitations on the ticket pricing. Everything as a collective has just ruined for me the English game in terms of atmosphere. You sometimes wonder if you're going to get anything. There should be a limitation. You should literally, how they did the Rangers game, you should have to be a member. You should have to have a registration of an address in the UK. And this is not a madness to any foreign fan. I think foreign fans should be allowed in the stadium as well, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. You can't be a big club about the foreign fan. But I'm just talking about solely on atmosphere when it's like you can't even get availability for yourself, but it's allowed to go out to the next. It's just like there's no. I think I'm wording this kind of wrong. It's just there's nothing great when it comes to atmosphere these days. It's pathetic, and I don't know how we replace that because it's a global sport. It's for everyone. Football's for everyone. It's not like I'm not a better fan than someone that lives outside of the UK. Who am I? I sing. I get involved. A foreign fan. I've had a French geezer sit next to me and know the words to Man United, and he's like, "This is my second time." Do you know what I mean? And his missus, they get involved. So it can't just be that. Again, it can't just be down to foreign fans. Like sometimes you got to look at your own as well. It's not just. I've seen foreign fans sing their hearts out, and at the same time, I've seen, I don't know, Shirley, Bob, and Eric sitting down and not even saying it. Like they're just sitting down because they, it might be just it might just be a generation thing. You know what I mean? It's like who wants to sing about United in the football, but you get behind your team. Like I've seen Portsmouth fans get. Do you know what I mean? Like it don't matter how crap your football is, you support your team. I think it's just it's a generation thing. I don't. I think like the game's moved on. The game's moved on a little bit. Generations come. The new age fan. The new age fan doesn't want to do all of that compared to the old age fan. It's lost its little bit, but you just got to move on, right? I think that's probably mainly it. I think there is a lot of foreign fans, like from other countries, that do come in, that do fill up the stadium, which has a little bit of impact. But at the same time, it's just a new age, innit? But that's not for us to sort out. But now we're gonna get a new stadium, and I don't know what's gonna go on. But I think it is good for the area. I think beyond football, people got to understand it's gonna allegedly create like £90,000, 90,000 new jobs. So you got to consider that. So there's a lot of people that will be back in employment again for United. So again, short term paying for the long term gain, and then of course you get more seats, you get more revenues. I'm pretty sure tickets are going to be an absolute ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous again because they're going to want to make their money back. But it's also going to, apparently generate about it's going to total about £9 billion, which is obviously massive for the UK economy, considering. So yeah. It's the fact that, it's like we should be on here probably celebrating the fact that United's going to get a new, we're going to get a new stadium and everything. But at the same time, it's the way it's gone about it. It's the way the Glazers have destroyed that stadium, that crown jewel, the club itself. I think it's insane that it's gone on for that long. That's the sad part about it. You know how sad it is to. It is a sad part. Nothing else really to it. You know what I mean? It's just bittersweet moment, isn't it? So yeah. But other than that, who knows? Things could change, and there we are, man. They need to cap the ticket prices. I agree on that one. But like and subscribe. Look, if I said anything out of hand a little bit, maybe. I don't mean it in a malicious way, in it. Maybe I'm just wording it wrong. But again, just like and subscribe. We'll be back later on. There's going to be, I can't do an instant reaction because of the timing, because I'll be on Never a Foul straight away. But afterward, there is a panel for tonight at 10:30 in the UK time. So the usual panel you see on a Sunday. And yeah, we're either going to be ranting and raving, screaming our heads off, or we're going to be having a different conversation. So yeah, in a bit, enjoy yourselves. Is there anyone that's live right now? Anyone that's live right now? Who needs a bit of a boost? Deji's live. Yeah, Deji's live. There we go. Deji's live. Deji's live. There we go. Let's go to Deji in a bit. I need to eat.